Yo, what is going on, Senpai Squad? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we've got the review for chapter 173 of Black Clover. It was another fantastic chapter, and may I just say that Langris is turning out to be such a good villain, to the point like where he is a good villain because you can tell he's been written as a character you meant to just despise and hate. And honestly, I hate this kid. I absolutely despise him. But at the same time, I kind of appreciate it because you can tell, you know, he's meant to be like that. And I appreciate him. He's a good character. I do like him, while at the same time just freaking hating him. Does that make sense? Am I the only one? I can't be the only one, right? That kind of appreciates the writing behind Langris, but just kind of hates his guts. Just me? I don't know. But the chapter starts off with Langris attacking the castle where the king is, where he's currently with Langris's family. Actually, I forget the name of them. They're like the Vowed family or something. I'm not 100% how you actually pronounce their royal name, but he's with them, and I think it's Langris's parents and his fiance, or her parents, one of the two, but I know his fiance is definitely there. And they're saying, "Forgive Lord Langris, please. He would never be a traitor," because the king has heard that Langris and some other people have I think betrayed the village, blah blah, obviously referring to all the elf stuff that's going on, and they just cannot believe that it's Langris whatsoever. And I cannot wait to see the faces on his family and the king as well once Langris shows up just destroying stuff, because I think it's going to be extremely interesting. It's going to be really interesting for Langris's character as well as Finral's character. I feel as though I'll get into Finral a little bit on later in the video, but I can't wait to see the faces on his family, because they're going to see that everything that they've been hearing, which they just do not want to be true. They cannot believe that Langris would be a traitor, would be bad. And fair enough, he may not actually be bad. Obviously, it's kind of the elf imposing as Langris, but just to see their face drop when they realise the truth behind Langris, it's going to be really hard hitting to see. And I really hope Langris kind of goes up to the king just ready to go through his throat and kill him, because I'm not a massive fan of the king. He's another one which I think, he's not written to be hated, but he's written to be a little bit annoying and obnoxious, because that is what he is. He's very obnoxious, very stuck up about himself. And I think having Langris kind of just knock some sense into him would be like, just because no one will be able to protect the king. No one will be able to protect the king. Langris will be way too strong for anyone. And I think when he realises he can't call his bodyguards and henchmen to come and rescue him, I feel as though he's going to be shit scared. Langris is going to terrify the king, and I can't wait to see it, because as much as I hate Langris, I find the king to be really obnoxious as well. So I feel as though Langris will be able to knock some sense into him. I think he'll go to kill him, but I don't think he will go. I don't think he will kill him. I think something will stop him at the last second. Probably Yami, I think, will barge in. I'll get to the whole Yami situation that happened in the chapter as well a little bit later. But I don't think the king's going to die as well. We had Julius die. I don't think the king will die as well. I don't think the entire kind of like hierarchy of the kingdom is just going to get completely slashed away and rebuilt in this arc. No, I think the king will stay. And I think the king will stay for the most of the series. I'm not too sure. I don't really care that greatly about the king. I just think, you know, I just want to see him get scared. I just want to see Langris knock the shit out of him, kind of. But at the same time, Langris get the, swings and roundabouts, really, isn't it? Also, in the start of this chapter, it said that this is the final battle, or something like that. Something like the final battle at the castle, the kingdom, something like that. I don't think it's going to be the final battle of the arc, or it may be the final battle of the arc. It could be, depending on how you look at it. There's different ways it could have, you can interpret what it means. But I don't think it's going to be the last fight of the entire series, because I see people saying that they think the series may well end after this arc, and I can kind of see why. Part of me can see why, but then there's just so many other unanswered questions, like, well, is Asta or Uni become the Wizard King? Because if they get promoted to Wizard King after this arc because Julius has died, that is, in my opinion, would be pretty poor writing. Because don't get me wrong, Asta and Yuno are impressive. They're so impressive. They're so good. But they're not. They've not done anything. Well, maybe that's being a bit too harsh, but I just think, considering the other candidates, they've not done enough to be a Wizard King worthy candidate just yet. So if one of them does become Wizard King and the series ends, I'm not going to lie, I'll be severely disappointed, but very, very small chance to think of that being the case, purely because we've still got like the whole Hearts and Clubs Kingdom, Spades Kingdom. I'm trying to think of it like a pack of cards. It's not the clubs, because that's what the clover is. So we've still got the Spade Kingdom and the Hearts Kingdom, I think, as well as the Diamond Kingdom, to be honest. We still don't really know a great deal about that, so I feel as though we'll jump into those a little bit more. So basically, there's still so much more to be covered in Black Clover that I don't see this arc being the final arc. Admittedly, there's like a 2% chance that's the case. However, 98% certain that's not going to happen, especially considering how well Black Clover is selling, especially with season 2 of the anime hitting up and all that. Black Clover is not ending. It is not ending. And if it does, I'll be mad. Anyway, going back to Langris, and now this time Finral, I do think at the end of this arc, once Langris kind of comes back into sense, I'm 90% sure he's probably going to lose the throne to be the head of the Vowed family. I don't know how you pronounce that. Someone let me know. But I'm pretty sure he will lose the head of that and in turn no longer be engaged to that woman. I forgot her name. I probably shouldn't be forgetting her name, but I have forgot her name. I think he's going to lose his engagement to her, and I think Finral will go back to being the head of the family, because I feel as though Finral will go head to head in a heated battle versus Langris, to a battle that almost takes both of them to the brink of death. I think it's going to be an extremely good battle, such an emotional battle. I really hope part 2 of this fight is going to be fantastic. I know it will be fantastic. It's going to be extremely emotional, extremely hard-hitting, hitting you in those feels, and I think the fight itself, like with their magic, the possibilities, it could be an extremely interesting fight to kind of watch happen as well. So very excited for that, but I do think Finral will come out on top and kind of possibly snap Langris out of it. I'm not 100% sure. I think if he doesn't snap him out of it, he'll probably like knock him unconscious somehow. I don't know. Maybe he'll have the help of Yami or something. Actually, no, I think probably Yami will leave Finral to deal with it himself. But I think Finral will go back to being the head of the family, and this will be some extremely good character development, in my opinion, for Finral to kind of overcome his brother, who he's been so just kind of left behind and kind of scared by, are those the words, kind of like intimidated by for quite a while now. And I think having him become the lord of the family again, but because he's been this kind of commoner at this point, he is a lord kind of, but he's kind of viewed as more of a commoner because he's not really. I don't know if he was abandoned by the family. I see some people saying that, but I can't 100% actually remember that ever happening. So it might be the case. I'm not 100% sure, but he's been this guy who's just had a laugh and he just wanted to get girls. And I think it'd be some interesting character development if all this time he maybe has actually loved the girl he was originally meant to marry, who now Langris is meant to be marrying. It'd be quite interesting because he'd then become engaged with this, and he would have gone from this kind of like looked down upon, good for nothing, I wouldn't call him that, but some would, kid who just tries to get with a load of pretty girls, to a head of a family, Lord Finral, and engaged to say if it is the woman he loves. That for me would be some fantastic character development, and I would freaking love for it to happen because I really do like Finral. We then got to see Jack the Ripper team up with Yami, which is fantastic to see because I love both Yami and Jack the Ripper. I think Jack the Ripper's personality is fantastic. I really hope to see more of him in the series because I don't think we've seen a great deal. Or if we have, I just want more. Is that too much to ask? I don't know. But seeing those two together, because they've got quite the bromance going on in my opinion. And I never picked up on this until now actually, going back and seeing this chapter. And then the episode that aired this week, episode 49, fantastic episode by the way. When he got that dark dimension / spell, and he was saying it kind of reminds me of that lanky, stretchy dude, something like that. at first, when I was watching the episode, I was like, oh, I should probably know who that is, but I can't think. And now I'm remembering, well, now I realise that he was on about Jack. So that was quite a cool little thing to pick up on. It did make me smile during the chapter. I was like, oh, it was yeah, it makes sense now. So yeah, their bromance is fantastic. I love seeing them fight alongside together in this chapter. It's going to be extremely interesting to see what goes on with Jack, because he said a line which is gonna just jinx him. I think he said, "There's nothing I can't cut through." Fully expecting in a couple of chapters time there will be something Jack cannot cut through. I don't know, but seeing that Jack has a magic that means he can cut through literally anything according to him, and then Yami with his cutting through dimensions, seeing them fight, fantastic. Their bromance, top notch. I love it to pieces. But guys, that was it for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're not ready to become a member of the Senpai Squad, and I'll see you guys in another video. But until then, peace.